charge more than that. Either way, though, on that note, we have game 1 between Sharp and Yez, the final top 8 qualifier. This is a matchup that I would imagine is either slight Sheik favor or relatively even. I think both characters are around a similar level of quality. Sheik obviously will probably have a solid advantage in neutral, but she'd probably have a hard time killing him because of the way that he recovers in general. And probably also just can very realistically get outranged by almost everything that Yez does, while also just getting killed vastly earlier. I have to imagine this matchup's close to even, but Sheik's edge in neutral, that I would presume is there by virtue of her superior frame data and mobility, would still be enough to edge out neutral, even if Ike is able to do extremely well elsewhere. Right now, though, Yez is doing a really great job of forcing Sharp to second guess a lot of his potential openings. One of the reasons why quick draw is such an important tool for the character that you don't see talked about enough is it gives a character that you traditionally beat by constantly micro-spacing outside of his burst range, and then just forcing him to have to reconsider that at all times because of the presence of quick draw to negotiate offstage interactions once you hit them. It's such a big deal. And it's the main thing that's been seemingly holding a lot of Sharp at bay as far as getting a little more oppressive with some of his approaches. Sheik is certainly a character that can do a lot to frame trap Ike. Of course, smart Ike play can, for the most part, keep that away. Is that the kill? Nope. Sharp tried to cross up his DI. Notice how he did a reverse aerial rush up air there? Yez, though, smartly DI'd otherwise around it, and despite the immense percentage deficit, this is probably close to even, especially if Yez can get one of the right hits. Like, if he can get a back air or an up air, that's probably it, honestly. However, he got just a little bit greedy trying to press his advantage stage. He saw Sharp off stage, and having to burn a double jump is a sign of weakness that he could use to either exploit and force a ledge trap, or catch him on the way up, getting greedy. And it cost him his life. Accordingly, though, he was taking advantage of his invincibility to scare Sharp into moving. Once he realized that Sharp hadn't jumped for a while, it seems like he felt that Sharp was going to do something different rather than continue to effectively represent the same movement option over and over again. And because of that, it seems like that ended up forming the basis for that jump read. Smart of Yez to recover high there and make sure that he's not really going to be able to force out those kinds of minute interactions that will do that in the first place for him, but brilliant edgeguard attempt by Sharp, except he just misspaced it a little bit. And rage, back air from Ike, showing why this matchup is probably not that bad despite, you know, a decided neutral advantage that Sheik has to offer. Ike is just able to make his hits count for so much, combined with her just struggling to kill Ike in general, since she can't effectively edgeguard a character with that kind of horizontally ranged recovery. Excellent movement call out. Up tilt is one of Ike's best tools for just getting people out of your face when they get close due to its immense frontal hitbox, and the fact that it reaches quite high too. Right now though, he's just getting way too much extra credit. At this point, if he is able to maintain life, which he wasn't, he effectively needs to win neutral, if I had to guess, 2 more times before Sharp will be at kill percents. Whereas Sharp will need to win a lot more than that, although it almost doesn't matter due to the fact that he has enough of an edge in neutral in the first place. Alright, don't mind me. I was just responding to a messenger thing. Wait, what is he holding? Oh, I forgot. I can't believe it. I unironically forgot about that enormous hitbox that it had in the front. That should be it, though. Alright, that'll do it. Excellent call by Yez to clutch out game 1 with the jump reads. Right now, it seems like he's just using a lot of intentionally weirdly timed hitboxes to specifically call out Sharp's get-arounds to the options he's expecting to happen. By falling slowly and then not actually throwing out an aerial, you represent what seems to be a falling aerial, and then you'll just jump off the ledge and punish them for it. And then instead, he uses that as an opportunity to then throw out another hitbox and call it out like that. Excellent call by him, though. Making some good headway there. Now then, I have to wonder what Sharp is going to do as far as trying to decide what to ban. I'm gonna see if any other people can come in. Alright, game 2, here we go. I have to admit, I'm really curious to see what kind of stage choice they've decided to go for. Alright, so I don't think I can hear player 1. Well, it looks like for whatever reason, my commentary for other people is just not working. So, I guess I'm flying solo for the rest of the night, guys. Hope you don't mind that too much. Right now, though, excellent gimp by Yez. Or not Sharp, I'm mistaken. Clutching out stock 1, and one of the main ways you can. It's really hard for Sheik to get those jump reads on Ike, but provided it can happen, then it ends up being what you need to deal with Ike. If you can take away his jump, the lateral range he's able to represent while simultaneously making you worry about other possibilities is just, oh my god. Sharp had a great idea there, but he either made a misinput or slightly misjudged a jump timing on Yez. And just like that, the game is relatively even again. Although, if the percents are close at all, I consider it to be Ike's favor, honestly. Or at the very least, he's not losing. Notice how Yez, he's not trying to do a lot of traditional recoveries by doing things like just dropping down and doing double jump, quick draw, and things like that. He's almost always, if possible, going for recoveries that don't require him to burn his jump. As if he doesn't have to burn his jump, he forces Sheik to make extremely hard callouts in order to force the double jump, and then he has to call it out again. All while, of course, not getting caught with quick draw in the process of it. Which makes Sheik not very good at doing that, but as good as Sharp's calls have been, it almost doesn't matter. Although he's going to have to get them more going forward, as right now he's just operating at more of a deficit. Notice how Sharp was maneuvering great space and micro spacing around it, and then Yez immediately starts quick drawing again to force them to reconsider that. The moment you can make them second guess against Ike by using the maneuvering of quick draw to mitigate your traditional anti-micro spacing against Ike is what tends to define a good Ike versus just one who's just spamming nair confirms. It makes all the difference in the world. Sharp has some momentum, but right now he's still just taking far too much damage and not putting Yez in the positions he needs to in order to effectively negotiate a great enough disadvantage state to potentially secure a stock and the game. He's just far too close to death right now. The slightest mistake. Speaking of the slightest mistakes, we find the end of Sharp's Winners Bracket tournament run. Congratulations to Yez for securing the very last Winners Top 8 slot for the Captain's Quarters too. Really, Art Quit? I'm flattered you feel that way. I would think it would be a lot better with other commentators, but I'll try and, you know, make it semi-okay, considering that. I don't know why. The computer gods just decided, thou shalt have bad technical issues. And thus my solution is just to try and handle everything by myself to the best of my abilities. It be that way sometimes.